Just got back in. Welcome to Whiskey Cinema. I hope you're ready for time loop movies. Let's go!
Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Cinema. I'm your host, Dano. With me today, hopefully for the foreseeable future, Brandon Rich. How you doing, buddy? How's your week been?
I'm always so good. It was my birthday week, so it was good. Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday, man.
Yes, it was. It was. Very happy.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be stuck on your birthday where you're getting killed every day.
Oh, God. I'd love that if at the end it lasted.
Hey, I got Angel checking in. That's cool. Well, welcome to Whiskey Cinema, everybody. Today on Whiskey Cinema, we'll be talking about time loop movies. These are the movies where you wake up in the same day over and over again. We've got a couple movies or shows that do this a little bit differently than some others, but essentially nothing changes. You wake up, you might change a little bit, but that's how it's always going to be forever. And we're going to be talking about some of our favorite time loop movies. Me and Brandon will be talking about some instances in our life where we're like, oh, I would love to live that day again. And some days we're like, oh my God, this must be what hell's like.
That's fair. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, that threw me off. I don't know why. He's in the other room.
That's so
why
weird.
does he tell me happy birthday? But yeah, I'm excited for this one. There was one movie I missed out on this week because it was a busy week for me, but fuck, I'm bummed too. I know you'll talk about it at one point, but I'm pretty bummed about it.
You just gonna leave it as a surprise?
Yeah, I am gonna, because I know you'll bring it up. I missed it. I didn't get to see it. I think you know which one it is.
Maybe. Yeah, but there's a bunch of different time loop movies out there. Me and Brandon were discussing this. As we kind of researched it for this episode, there's maybe like 10 or 15 time loop movies. Yeah. But there's like 1,000 TV shows. This is absolutely any TV show that has lasted more than 3 seasons. For some reason, they've picked up an amulet, touched a weird machine, got cursed by a gypsy on their way to the fruit market. Something happened.
Tricksters got them.
Something's happened where they got to live the same day over and over again and figure out a way out of it. And that was something that's kind of cool. Time loop movies are neat because there's usually a different way to get out of it. And there's problems if you keep messing up having to live the same day. Maybe you just go crazy. I think I would just go crazy. But there's a bunch of different things in time loop movies that we're getting into.
Yeah. You've been living your life like Drew Barrymore from 50 First Dates.
That's a time loop
every day.
Dude, one day you wake up pregnant. That's just part of it.
Oh, that'd be the worst. Wondering how I got pregnant. Whose baby it is.
I'd be like, you better film this, Sandler. You better film this night. I want to see what happened.
That would be rough to just sit there and film every date you have. I'm gonna like it. You gotta hire a photographer just for casual Chili's dates.
It sounds just like a film crew. That's like reality TV. They're like, just ignore the cameras. You're like, it's hard. There's 8 of them.
But you gotta re-explain it to her every morning.
It's fine. It's easy. The cow's okay.
That's a shitty life for Adam Sandler.
She's like, you cheated on me yesterday. And he's like, yeah, but tomorrow you won't know. So just relax.
That's fair.
Whoa. Working. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah, let's get to some of these least favorites, underrated, overrated movies. A couple fun time loops that are recently that just came out. I know me and you wanted to talk about Loki real quick, which everybody's loving Loki. Did you finish it?
I did. I skipped Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I didn't finish it. I skipped it. I wanted to watch some Loki. I won't lie. I don't get into that show as much, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Fair.
It's a rough one. Every now and then I just find myself, next thing you know, I'm scrolling through Instagram and shit. There's moments where it's a little boring for me, but I love Loki. So I'm excited to discuss that one a little bit.
Here's my tie-in, because we wanted to talk about Loki. Spoiler alert a little bit. Tune out for 6 seconds. Come back in 6 more seconds, or just rewatch this over and over again, like you're gonna have to, because it's a time loop episode. Thanks for the 8th watch. Their prison. We were talking about hell, living your worst day over and over again. Sif walks in, his sister. He cuts her hair. She walks over, says, "You'll die alone," knees him in the nuts, punches him in the face, and walks off. That's the prison he's in. That's a bad time loop.
That does suck. But, you know, he got her to agree to it. He won her over.
How many loops? I mean, it seemed like that happened every, like, it wasn't even like it took like half a day. That was so fast.
Yeah, they skip forward, and he's just miserable. I would have tried hiding.
You leave him in there for half a day, it's been like 9,500 loops, because it happens in 30 seconds or something crazy.
It's not a big loop. Spur, there needs like a 20-second break to heal. Got to come up with new shit to say.
Well, give a review of people that haven't seen Loki. What's your selling point? Should they watch it?
My selling point is Loki and Owen Wilson. That's all I need. Yeah. Marvel did it. I mean, Marvel doesn't do bad things. I mean, they do, but not often.
Yeah.
They didn't screw this one up at all. I actually loved it. It's probably my favorite Disney Marvel Plus thing going on. TV show or whatever. I loved Kang, or whatever they call him in this.
Yeah.
He gave me Joker vibes with his monologue, and I fucking loved it.
Dude, so he's one of the main bad guys in it. Don't spoil it too much, but he's one of the big reveals at the end. And he has a part where he has his hand like this, looking at it. And someone said, "Hey, he's doing the Willy Wonka pose." And when they said that, I go like, "Oh my God, he is Willy Wonka." He lives in his own magical factory, his castle, and he's controlling all of the works, and everything's by design. And he's, you know, free loving, has no consequences, literally like meeting the god of chaos and showing what real chaos is. Pretty cool ending for that.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I fucking love King. I'm excited for that character and anything he does now. So.
I love the thought that you think I'm bad, you should see my variants. So even if this podcast isn't a great episode, there's a variant out there right now killing it. So if you guys can find that multiverse, definitely check that out.
Right? I wonder if there's a gator version of me. That'd be fucking dope. You want an animal version of me that's somewhat cool? At least cooler than I am, which is hard to do.
Dude, I'm thinking out there right now, there's an alligator with a yellow shirt on that you got on right there. There's an alligator with a time traveler hat right now, and it's called Whiskey Crocodile, and it's killing it.
I bet. He probably has a successful podcast.
He's just grunting, and then there's an older Loki next to him that's like deciphering what he's saying. He said a low growl means he's happy.
I would watch the shit out of that. There's no lie. I think that guy said he wanted to come out and do a spin-off with those two, the alligator and him. So.
Oh my God.
I'm for it.
Let's go.
I don't know how good it would be, but at this point, I'm still watching it.
Fuck yeah. Dude, absolutely. Let's get into some of our underrated and overrated. Thanks everybody who's watching, by the way. Comments are so appreciated. Likes help us out a lot more than you know. And thanks to the Buzz for putting us on as per usual. Get into this. Brandon, do you have an overrated time loop movie?
Source Code.
Whoa, that's your boy.
I love my boy Jake Gyllenhaal. Boy, do I love him. I don't love this movie. I think it's 80s, high 80s, 90s on Flickster. It doesn't deserve it. It's just about a guy time looping to save a train from blowing up. It's got a cool concept and all, but I just didn't love it. I didn't love the little secondary story they had going for Jake Gyllenhaal's character. I won't ruin it.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't love Jake Gyllenhaal's character. So there you go. Not a great movie. Don't watch it. Or you can, I guess.
So I'm glad that you brought this up because I know you're a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, and I was going through different time loop movies, and one of my favorites to shit on is Prince of Persia, which is the entire time is a time loop movie.
Oh, that's right.
Where he can rewind time a little bit and relive that moment again. And so much promise. So much promise. And Jake Gyllenhaal was like getting to the peak of how good he was. And he did this movie, and then it sucked.
Yeah, I thought his career might have been on a downward trajectory after that.
Yeah.
Because that was not a good... I loved those games growing up. Those were good games. I mean, I loved them, but they were good games.
Dude, makes sense. Absolutely makes sense, right? You can rewind time in a video game. You start the level over. Every game does that. It's a perfect idea that they came up with in like the 1980s. It was perfect. Movie? Not so perfect.
Very few movies I just want to restart over right after. And that ain't one of them. That ain't one of them. Is that your overrated?
No. My overrated is Memento, which is
I'm all for that one.
Christopher Nolan, man. I watched this movie in high school, and I remember the teacher pausing it and explaining it to us. And I remember thinking, we're 17. Like, we should be able to get this. You shouldn't have to pause it all the time. Now, it's not in the same idea as a person that lives the same day over again, but it's like he can't remember stuff. So every day,
that Drew Barrymore thing going on.
Kind of the same, right? But it's not a bad movie, but it is rated, I believe, in the low 90s%. And
it's very highly rated.
It's got my boy Guy in there. Guy
who I don't love.
Oh man, see, I'm a fan of him.
He's not bad. Like, he's not Dennis Quaid bad or anything. He's just not someone I'm like, oh fuck, he's in it. I gotta go watch it.
It's fair. Okay.
He's no Ryan Reynolds to me.
He's no Ben Foster or Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk, I'll watch anything he's in because it's mostly Disney animated chickens.
Fuck yeah. The best chickens ever.
I'm all for it. Let's get this genius to voice our fucking chicken.
Fuck yeah, dude. I would make an all Alan Tudyk. Maybe that'll be our second podcast. All Alan Tudyk love and just talk about each thing he's ever done. It'd be so great.
Dude, I would love it. I'm all for it.
We'll call it Tudyk today. Yeah, that's for me. Those Memento. I was having a hard time finding an overrated. I was looking through them all, and I was like, oh, I got it right here. Christopher Nolan's amazing. You guys don't know the name off the top of your head. Inception, all the Batman films that you like. And just came out with the recent one. I mean, he's had a couple bad ones. Dunkirk was pretty not good. And
I mean, it got great reviews. Won some Emmys, I think. Oscars, maybe.
It's so boring.
I didn't love it. I expected more from Christopher Nolan. I like him, so.
But yeah, anyways, it's not a bad movie. Check it out, but it's super highly rated. If you went, oh, a 90% movie, let me go watch this, and you watch like, oh, okay, you'd be let down. Go in there expecting a source code one step above, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, I would say it's better than source code, but I still agree that it's overrated. People loved it when it first came out too. A lot of people talked about it.
It's a weird concept, I guess, that people love, but I don't know if that means it's good or if the concept's good.
Boring. I like different concepts, but a little boring, I guess.
I mean, there is some fun ones. So I want to talk about, me and Brandon talk about our worst day and our favorite day to live over again, but also the different kinds of time loops. Like, so Memento wasn't really a time loop, like 50 First Dates. He just remembered it as the same day. Some have it where they have to live the same day over again until they tell the girl they love, or they have to go and kill a guy, or break a curse, or go into a machine. Something weird's going on. But yeah, for Memento, that's his life. That's him forever.
He tattoos his body. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That was I mean, eventually you're going to run out of room.
Yeah. Who's going to... What, we doing a movie about Kat Von D next because she has tattoos? Let's move on. Jesus Christ.
Also overrated.
Yeah, ask Sandra Bullock.
I get it. It's a dated joke, very. But I'm all for that.
Let's get into some of our underrated here. For time loop movies, there's so many time loop movies.
I have two.
What?
I have two.
All right. Just, you know what? Just jump into it. Let's go.
Happy Death Day 1 and 2.
Okay. Are they underrated?
I think so. I think they're fun. I don't hear a lot of good things about them.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna go ahead, talk about Happy Death Day 2.
I think the first one's rated pretty good. 70s.
I thought so too.
I think the second one might be a dip. Might have dipped. But either way, I don't care because this one's more of a people thing. I don't get a lot of love from people.
Okay.
When I say, yeah, I just watched Happy Death Day last night, they're like, man, I don't like it. I'm like, well, you can go fuck yourself. It's a good movie.
Jesus.
You heard me. Go fuck yourself.
Happy Death Day 2.
They're just fun, entertaining. Sometimes that's all I fucking need from a movie is just to be entertained. It's what they're supposed to do anyway.
I'm not mad at it. I thought it was going to suck. The funniest part, I think, is that we were watching it. It might have been with Jordy or somebody, and we're like, oh, my God, it's like Groundhog's Day meets Jason, which sounds good. Like, that's such a good elevator pitch. Someone's like, go home. But I liked it. I thought it was good. The humor was funny. It's one of those bad days you wake up. You had a one-night stand with a guy. You wake up in his bed. You have to do the walk of shame. That's how you start your day. That's a bad day to relive.
Go home to your bitchy friends.
Go home to your murderous roommate.
Ugh. Stupid bitch. Murdering people.
I don't remember. What was the reason that she wanted to kill her roommate? Do you remember? I don't remember.
Oh, fuck. I think it was she was sleeping with someone.
Just being a hoa?
I think so.
It's a lot like Jason.
It's like WWE wrote their storyline.
Well, plus it's Blumhouse. I like that Blumhouse is stretching out a little bit, doing kind of weird, different kinds of horror movies and different stuff. I thought it was good.
Blumhouse does like every horror movie these days.
They certainly do.
If it's on the cornier side, Blumhouse most definitely does it.
Oh, come on. What do you mean? Us?
I didn't say every movie they do is corny, but those cornier ones that you always see come out now, that's Blumhouse. Like
Truth or Dare or Rock, Paper, Scissors. I don't know.
Paradise Island. Yeah, they do it. Not that they're bad movies. Paradise Island was, but
yeah, I was trying to think. It's very like M. Night Shyamalan to me, where you kind of know they don't branch out. You know, there's gonna be a twist and there's gonna be some weird magic or something that goes on.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought Happy Death Days were really good movies, really entertaining. I don't remember what they were rated on Flickster, but people I talked to didn't like it, so it gets to be underrated.
Dude, I liked it. I would recommend Happy Death Day to people.
Well, we don't talk, so I said people that I talked to.
You know, this relationship's just professional now.
This relationship's just professional. It's barely even that. Let's not act like we're professional.
That's true. It's very amateurish, our relationship.
Which is why it works.
My underrated that I want to do, I have a slash, but I think I'll save it towards later, is the one behind me, which is Palm Springs. And I'm going to be doing it for the same reason that you did, is no one's seen it because Hulu is not. Hulu has not one, but two movies about time loops. I think they have a fetish. They have this one that came out last year, and they have one that came out this year called Boss Level, I think, with Mel Gibson and Frank Grillo. Both are exclusive to Hulu, but this one is really good. I mean,
it was given like 99% on Flickster.
Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, it was high 90s, and I don't know if it stayed that way, but back when it first came out, I looked to see what it was about because I'd never seen it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this movie. I'm like, is that Adam Sandler pulling hundos on Flickster? Not Andy Samberg?
Yeah. That's why I said it's underrated. Where's the triple digits? No. Right. I think it is rated high too, but the reason nobody's seen it. And
I think Hulu promoted it for a week. Just on their front page.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's on Prime. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think it's just regular ass Hulu.
Okay. Well, I like it because it takes the idea. He explains the entire premise. He's like, it's one of those time loop things where you're in the same day every time. You know what I'm talking about? In one sentence, he says it, and you go, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, because you've seen it 100 times in TV shows.
Yeah.
And my favorite is he accidentally gets this one into it, the time loop, and she's there, and he's just like, we'll figure out a way out. And he's like, all right. Doesn't really tell her that she's been there for 1,000 years. He's just been doing whatever he wants. But there's another guy that shows up randomly sometimes and kills him because he got him into that cave once, and he hates his life. So every once in a while, when that guy gets bored, he'll go out and find Andy Samberg and chop his head off while wearing a black mask, played by J.K. Simmons.
Oh, I love that. I love me some J.K. Simmons. You win. I'll watch it this weekend.
Yeah, let me know.
Maybe even next week I'll talk about, post a little video saying, hey, it's a shitty movie. We'll see.
He just shows up once. He's like, not today. I can't remember his name. He's like, not today, Greg. Come on. And the guy walks out with an axe, like, Greg, really? And then just like kills him. And the girl's like, and he's just so funny. And the guy's like, all right, yeah. He leaves.
I am bummed I didn't watch this one. I was planning on it yesterday, but my wife made plans. We're doing a little staycation. Made some friends fly down.
Ooh.
So I got a little preoccupado.
Oh.
So I wasn't able to watch it this week, but I'll definitely give it a watch.
Yeah.
Because this is one that I think we just were busy when it first came out, and then it just got pushed aside and we forgot about it.
There needs to be a term for was watching it in the middle of a series, was about to watch it, 3 more movies came out, didn't watch it. You know, like...
That's half the movies that I don't watch. It's like, I saw that when it first came out. I forgot to fucking watch it, I guess. There's so many movies then.
Continue watching Bridgerton? Oh, that's right. I was 3 seasons in.
So that was me with freaking Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm like, I forgot I'm halfway through this. I should try it again now that I have nothing to watch again.
I tried that with Punisher 2, the 2nd season. I got all into that, man. I could not finish it.
I don't remember what happened at the end, so I don't know if I finished it or not. I think he's fantastic as Punisher.
Yeah, no, he's great, and the girl in it was not bad at all. The storyline was fine. I remember thinking, like, I think the episodes were just too long or something. I just lost interest.
Maybe. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one, but
right. What are? I wanted to talk about a little bit of some other shows, and maybe we'll bring up a little bit more. And we'll talk about some of our favorite time loops in real life that we'd like to do. But this one got brought up. Doctor Strange. I've come here to bargain, where he resets the day over and over again and keeps getting killed with his amulet.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly he's part of the TVA or whatever he's doing. They all got amulets.
Which makes me more excited for the new Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll tie it in or not, but they better. They fucking better.
Yeah. Dude, I'll say there's so many. I saw one that made me think of every warehouse worker and blue-collar guy. There was an episode of Farscape where what they did is they fed these guys these poisonous fruits so they'd forget the day before, and they thought every day was Friday. So they'd work really hard in these fields, and then they'd go to sleep, and then they'd wake up thinking it was Friday morning again. So they're just working these guys to death.
I've had jobs like that.
Dude, yeah. I didn't go a day without eating. I didn't eat one day because I'm like, I must be stuck in one of these goddamn Farscape loops because I'm not doing this again. This is ridiculous. This is my 5th Friday in a row.
It sucks. That's the worst day to live. A working day?
You think you're free. You're like,
it's like the day you work the hardest. Ugh. That's fucking just garbage because then you're tired every day.
Yeah. I remember those 12-hour shifts. No bueno for me, buddy.
Yeah, those sucked. But now look at us. Now look at where we are.
13-hour shifts.
That's right. I got to afford those things I still buy that I can't afford.
That's right. You got to avoid those, or you got to afford those Hulu subscriptions, buddy. You got to watch that Palm Springs.
That's right. Nah, I steal people's now. After years and years of paying for everybody's Netflix, I'm like, I wonder what it's like to be in their shoes. So now I just text my friends. It's like, hey, you got this account? You got Paramount, man? I need some Paramount.
Whoa, you got Paramount? Yeah,
not yet.
Message me after the show.
I got some hookups.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, stay tuned right here. We're going to do a quick thank you from our sponsor, The Buzz. And we'll be right back talking about our favorites and least favorites for our time loop episodes. Enjoy your 9th watching of this podcast episode. No, it's not infected. That's how it grows. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Whiskey Cinema. We're talking about some of our favorite time loops that's going on right now. And least favorites. And Brandon, I want to talk to you real quick and see if you got stuck in a time loop, if you were stuck to live the same day over and over again, what is your favorite day and what would be the worst day?
Today would be my favorite.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. I love that answer. It's so nice.
I get to do the podcast, which I like doing. I love talking about movies.
Yep.
Sue me. Fuck me then. I got friends. So that's cool. That's something I don't have often.
Oh, with you? Gotcha.
Yeah, with me. They're somewhere, I think.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. We'll see. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's the one I can think of off the top of my head. Because then, it's also going to involve drinking. And it already involved weed.
There you go.
So it's a great day. Worst day is the day I go back to work.
Monday?
I took the day off. My wife got the day off from me. She called my work and said, hey, Brandon needs a day off.
Oh, that's funny.
So 3-day weekend. I ain't looking forward to working on Monday. So that's going to be the worst day. The day after any vacation is the worst day. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Mondays. If you had to live a Friday, at least
I hate Mondays.
For me, I thought about this. So I had a great Halloween party that I went to like 5 years ago. Everyone came in costumes. It was awesome. Bunch of games. Everybody invited different friends. We had a great time. This girl came in her own homemade Harley Quinn outfit there. We partied like crazy. We drank with some military guys who brought Everclear that they put Skittles in, and we drank it. And that would be the funnest day to relive. And the worst day to relive would be the next day, that morning. I thought of the worst hangover days would be the worst days ever. For sure, because like the day's wasted, right? There's nothing you could do. You're ruined.
I'm a big vomiter when I'm hungover.
Oh. And
once it starts, like my ass is in the bathroom for a while. And then TMI on this one. Sometimes I get the runs. I get the hangover runs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Almost died.
You working on your studio. I'm in a hotel room and I got better studio than you.
Dude, you threw me off talking about your shit yourself.
Nice painting. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Ooh.
That's a green screen. We all know you're in your bathroom. Probably with the runs.
I got the like I said, I took the day off. Steven asked a good question. If you got stuck in a time loop, which episode would we want to redo the most? Be stuck in that time loop on that episode. I would say the Disney Princess one, I think. We had Eames on as a guest then before he decided to ditch.
That was a great one. That was so much fun.
That one was fun. Or we did our DC episode.
I was thinking of that one.
It was the first episode. We invited Eames on, and we got way too drunk and just started yelling at each other.
It's nothing's quite like everyone waking up and going, "How you doing?" Like, I don't know. I might be single now. We'll have to see how it goes.
That's a day that my wife doesn't want to live over. She had to take care of 3 drunk ass dudes.
Dude, my liver.
Sure, one of them vomited on her car, and I had to take it in to get clean to explain. Some 30-year-old like, I don't have kids. I can't blame it on a kid. I'm like, yeah, some 30-year-old vomited on my car.
Such promise in that episode too, but you guys can't listen to it because it was unreleased because it lasted like 3 hours and it just turned into us trying to yell over each other. So it's unlistenable, but
we learned on this podcast not to overdrink or drink too quickly, or else that's how we get. Eames didn't know that, and then he challenged us.
Yeah.
And we accepted. Hold my beer.
Well, also, it didn't help that the drinks we had, which was made by Jordy, which is awesome. She put little capes on them, were like 80% alcohol, but they tasted great.
It was called the Kryptonite.
Yeah.
And in the instructions, it does not have alcohol on every bottle of liquid. Like you just blue carousel, but we got the alcohol version. So everything being dumped in their head out.
Dude, we were
like the orange juice or whatever.
I remember being like, I think I blacked out after 3 drinks, and I have a podcast about whiskey.
Oh, they're so good though.
They are good.
It's the same as a liquid marijuana. That's probably the more famous name for it, but it had like 1 or 2 ingredients missing. But that was a fun one to shoot. I fucking loved that one. Oh yeah, it really count. We never aired it.
Yeah, that was one. I like the Will Ferrell episode. That one was just because me and Brandon are such big Will Ferrell fans. It was neat to have us both come in and just like so excited to talk about these different movies and stuff. That was one of my favorite ones that we did too.
Yeah, well, those. But
I want to bring up a random show that was stuck in a time loop because there are a billion of them. There was one in Xena where she couldn't figure it out until she woke up immediately and threw a little ring, the thing that would bounce off 9 trees and hit a guy's face. She had to wake up immediately and throw it and bounce off 6 things, break a bottle someone was drinking, scare a chicken, and then stop like a crystal falling into a well that was starting the day over again. And Doctor Who. I saw this one on Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Do you remember this one?
Not a big fan, to be honest. I know in nerd clans or whatever, people love that show.
Yeah.
People think highly of Doctor Who. I've tried like 2 or 3 episodes, and I couldn't get into any of them.
Well, first of all, they're not called Doctor Who fans. They're called Whodophiles. And Who? And in the Doctor Who, they had an interesting one where a monster traps him in a diamond labyrinth and says, I'm here to kill you forever. As soon as he dies, he gets reset, and he can't beat the monster. So he just goes to a diamond wall and starts punching it to break through it. And it takes him, I don't want to get it wrong, 4.5 billion years before he finally gets through it.
Well, there you go. I haven't seen that one. Like I said, I'm not a big Doctor Who fan. And I didn't watch a whole lot of Xena either back in the day.
What? I love Xena.
I didn't. I know. Fuck me, please. No, I didn't. It's another show I couldn't get that into. Supernatural, though, does have a great one with the Trickster.
Sure.
And only Sam knows it's a loop because he's the only one who wakes up and Dean dies the whole episode.
He dies every way. Supernatural.
It's one of my favorite episodes they do. It's fucking hilarious. Until one day he realizes the guy at the counter that's there every day, he ordered something different. And that's who was controlling their time loop, and they just had to get him stopped.
Dude,
I fucking love that episode.
I love it where he dies a different way every day. And like he goes up and he's protecting him from all these different ways. And like he gets, I think, shot or stabbed or run over. And there's one time
run over, dog eats him.
He's in a diner, he's eating it, he's like, the sandwich tastes funny to you? And then the day restarts.
I died laughing at that. That's so dumb. He's just eating this big burger or sandwich or whatever, just nothing's going to go wrong. He ordered sausage this time and mixed it up because every other time he orders bacon. He's like, watch this. It'll change right here. Can I get sausage instead of bacon? I'm such a Dean. I love Dean.
Sure. I love all the voices in that. Supernatural is an amazing show that they probably should have stopped 3 seasons ago, but that's okay. That's all right.
I got takes on that show. I'm rewatching it because I haven't finished it. Because it gets to a point where it's just not so much supernatural and more we're fighting hell for good.
Yep.
Heaven versus hell is pretty much what it turns into. I'm restarting it. I'm going to try to finish all 15 seasons.
Jesus.
Which they already have started talking about spinoffs that one of them's producing. I can't remember which one. I think it's Dean, but I'm not sure. And it's going to be about their parents.
Well, you know what's cool about starting over again? Jeffrey Dean Morgan, before he was a huge actor, played their dad in the first season, which is kind of cool. I don't know if he ever comes back to cameo, but I mean, he's a huge star now. He's Negan, if you guys don't know, from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he got on The Walking Dead when it started to become boring.
Yep. He left the show right as it was.
I love Negan. Such a great character. But whatever. It's on him. He fucked up one of my favorite shows.
Bastard.
Supernatural though, season 1 through 5, it's gold.
Yeah,
fucking love it.
We call it bug hunts from X-Files. The bug hunts episodes are where they'd go off and fight a werewolf, or they'd go see like a ghost instead of like figuring out what the government's doing. Supernatural is the best when they're fighting one random monster instead of trying to save the world from Azrael, the demon god, or whatever it would be.
It's true.
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes is just them fighting a dude who gives him ghost sickness. And Dean gets it, but not Sam. And the sickness makes you become scared increasingly over everything. So it's Dean, who is always the brave hero, macho type, afraid of like a little Pomeranian dog and shit. And I love that episode. We rewatched it, and then we rewatched it right after because my wife was asleep when I watched it, and I didn't even mind because I love that episode. Such a good one. Fucking love Dean though.
There's a couple. Definitely check it out. Out of all the different shows there are that go, like I said, every TV show that could have a fantasy or a supernatural wink element to their show has a time loop in it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a time loop episode, and their trick was that the time loops got shorter each time, so you had less and less time to figure out what was going wrong and how to fix it. Like the Next Generation had it, where they realized they kept forgetting, so they have to send messages and leave little clues for the future ones to find.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool little things. Time loops are pretty famous, but some people worked around them and made them kind of cool.
Yeah, I love seeing the new takes on it. I loved watching a murder. Like you're just trying to prevent your murder. I think that's fun. You get all these different chances, and you still die, which is hilarious because you suck in life.
Hilarious.
I do like it. That's one thing, again, I liked about Happy Death Day. You think she figured it out. Well, it's a little twist ending there. It's the roommate, not who you always thought it was, the murderer on the news who's escaping and trying to kill her anyway because he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
But it's fun. She dies in a lot of different ways. I think that's cool. I love seeing creative ways to kill people because a lot of the times we've seen it. It's been done. Oh, you just stabbed them. Oh, you slit their throat. But that's another thing that made the movie fun. You didn't expect how she was going to die ever. So,
well, there's also a sense of depravity, of craziness that you go through where you live the same day over and over again. Sometimes you jump yourself right in front of a train, or in Happy Death Day, she goes, oh, if I kill my killer, I don't have to restart the day. So she goes to kill her killer. He grabs her friend. She goes to shoot him. Safety's on, and he breaks her friend's neck. So she goes and kills herself to try again. Yeah. She doesn't want to live in a world where her buddy dies. So I was like, there you go. That's a good little trope.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I thought that was an entertaining idea too.
Let's get into some of our favorites and least favorite. I like to start off with our least favorite time loop movie out of all of the ones that are out there, which, by the way, I'm sure I haven't seen like 20 of them. But if you guys know of a couple ones we haven't mentioned, go ahead and put them down there. And if it's part of our favorite or least favorite, I probably won't bring it up. But Brandon, what is your least favorite time loop movie?
You start. You were letting on that you were starting.
Okay, I'll start it. So for me, there's one called Naked, starring Marlon Wayans.
Oh, yep. I actually did try to watch this one. On
Netflix. So the premise of this is it is his wedding day, and he wakes up naked in an elevator, and he has to rush to get to his wedding. Same thing. Time loops all the time. Can't make it there. Has to keep trying. At the very end, he gets the guy that was doing this, gets him naked and throws him. I don't know if it's in an elevator or next to an elevator in a lobby, but that's like how it ends. And it's a funny idea, but it's just so...
I didn't like the idea. I hated the ending.
Of him trying to race to his wedding and him being naked in an elevator to start the day.
I thought that was funny. The whole ending, him throwing the other guy in the elevator, how it ends or whatever. Yeah. I thought that was dumb. There's parts of it that were like, all right, that's pretty fun, but no, it's a no.
It's fun. That guy is not terrible, but I feel like he overacts like crazy in this.
He's got some Jim Carrey syndrome.
I don't. Yeah, I would. I don't
It
want
worked for Jim Carrey, so he thought he'd try it. It's not working for you, bruv.
Dude,
You're only playing with your brother, apparently.
I mean, all 8 of them.
That's true. There's a lot.
I like that guy. This movie's very unwatchable. It's very hard to watch. He's done a couple movies like this where there's like octuplets of him, and like Netflix has done a bunch of like, let's do a bunch of these kinds of really easy dumb comedy ideas. And I just wish they'd spend an extra month in a writing room to like make it good.
I wish they would have spent an extra month thinking about making this movie and then came to a conclusion of no.
All in favor, say no. Oh shit! What does he mean? Fuck.
No.
Fuck. Is it in favor? Shit! He tricked us. Yeah, that's my worst. That was my worst one out of all.
I want to steal that one. Not because I couldn't think of one, which I actually forgot about this movie. I Googled time loop movies. I didn't see it. I saw some other ones. I was like, fuck, that's right. I forgot about this one. I did not see that one pop up. I've seen that movie. It's dog shit. Yeah, I'm going to steal that one. It's not good. It's the Planet of the Apes of time loop movie.
What? I guess
because maybe Planet of the Apes sucks.
So there could be a couple movies like that then. Like 16 Monkeys could be that way because Bruce Willis is the phone call and all this different stuff. Like there's a couple ones that could be like that.
You can talk me into a few. There was a few I thought about leaving off. Or not leaving off, but talking about. But ultimately I decided I'll go with real time loop movies.
All right, let's get into some of our... So that was our least favorite. Naked, sorry, you're taking a big hit today.
You're taking the L. You're taking the L, bro.
Taking the L. But let's get into our favorite movies. Do you want to go first in this one? I have a slash in case because I want to talk about it. But
so I already know your slash, and I know both of your slashes.
All right, then I'm going to go first.
So I'm just going to say both of them because it's probably my slash as well.
No, don't.
Groundhog's Day.
Oh, God.
Because why not, right? It's Bill Murray in his prime.
Okay.
It's me, Ned Ryerson.
Phil? Yeah, no, Groundhog's Day is the staple. It's brilliant. It's honestly, ironically, you could watch this movie over and over again, and I have, and I love it.
I knew a girl once who said that. She said, what movie do you watch over and over? And I don't remember what I think I said Wedding Crashers because I fucking love that movie.
Uh-huh.
And they said Groundhog's Day, and I laughed. And I thought it was a joke. She's like, I get why it's funny, but no, I love that movie. I'm like, all right. I guess dinner's on me tonight.
Yeah, that's so funny. I love all the different ways he tries to kill himself. He did a commercial for like Ford where he went back and he was stuck in that town again in the same day with the song, the Sonny and Cher, babe, I got you, babe. And he steals Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog, and goes riding off again. Dude, so funny. I love he killed himself with a toaster and he like robs a bank and drives into the ocean. And I mean, how long would it take you if you're stuck in a time loop to be like, I'm going to have to eat a bullet. I can't do this no more.
Pretty quick. Because I'm not good at solving mysteries or puzzles. Really, I'm not good at those. So I would instantly know if I can just kill myself, this will be over. If it works.
I mean, what are you talking
about? Time loop anytime soon.
So give me how many. So you're stuck in Groundhog's Day. You're in Punxsutawney. How many days before you're jumping into a motorboat engine?
6.
6? You can't do that more than 6.
I'm already thinking a motorboat engine looks pretty good.
No, Brandon,
give me 6 in the same day.
My time loop is trying to save you from killing yourself after living one day over. You're like, no,
I'm definitely killing myself if it gets you stuck.
Oh fuck. That's pretty funny. Groundhog Day.
Your wedding, you're just racing to save my life.
Be like Hot Tub Time Machine, which is gonna kill himself.
Damn. But yeah.
Groundhog's Day is the best. I mean, you said it's your favorite time loop movie. I think it is.
Time loop movies.
Right?
I mean, if you think Jaws is the best shark movie, I guess.
Yeah.
If you do.
I mean, it's gotta be mentioned. Yeah, for me though, I really like Groundhog's Day. Like I said, there's very few movies. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters. I just saw the new trailer that came out. I'm gonna watch
that one looks great. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it with my
Just watched Jungle Cruise. Side note, just so everybody knows.
Ooh.
I did have time enough to watch Jungle Cruise. I'm sorry. I love The Rock.
How was it? What do you think?
It's good. I liked it. It's a Rock movie. I mean, he's The Rock.
Give us another movie that he's done that it's like.
Just name a Rock movie.
Jumanji.
There you go. Less charismatic.
Smolder.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a badass in the movie. I love the villain. He's the same neighbor as Date Night. I can't remember his name.
It's Date Night?
I love the neighbor from, not Date Night, Game Night.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. But I love in this one, too. That dude needs to be goofy characters more often.
I can't remember it. I gotta watch. I can't remember the villain in Game Night. I love Game Night, but I haven't seen it.
He's not the villain. He's just the neighbor.
Oh, the neighbor
about the chips.
Jesse Plemons.
Yes, thank you. He plays the villain in Jungle Cruise.
I'm so in.
Dude, I love him. It's one of my favorite movie characters right there from Game Night.
Dude, so good. Love that guy.
Funny. But yeah, Game Night's good. Not Game. Game Night is good.
Game Night is good.
Hey, yeah. I drink real whiskey on this podcast. I don't care what you say.
Plus, you're on your staycation. Groundhog's Day is awesome. I love that he goes and saves everybody every day, regardless of him knowing he's going to leave or not. He saves the kid from falling out of the tree, and he's like, say thank you. Say thank you. You never say thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. That is a joke, a very common joke, I think, in these types of movies. Like, whatever, I'll be here tomorrow. Just whatever joke. There's always a little variation of that joke, and I think I laugh every time because it's like, it's funny. It's low-key funny. I don't care that it's low-hanging fruit.
I'll tell you what, if I could make a time loop movie and write a script out, I would like to make a time loop movie of a guy who wakes up every day in Vegas. I think out of any place that you could spend one day, you could probably spend 2 years there, even though it's the same day, and do something different every day because it's Vegas.
You got to have the guy hit rock bottom and then find the good or something. Like, he's got to end up – why is there a reason he's trying to exit the time loop?
You should watch Palm Springs because Sandberg kind of comes to the consensus like, fuck it, this is fine. Like, he doesn't need to leave. He's like, it's okay. He doesn't care.
Who's the woman in that movie?
This girl right here?
Yeah, Dakota Johnston.
Is that her? I don't want to say the wrong person. I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
I do, if that's the right woman, which I'm pretty sure it is. I like her.
No. Christine Melody.
Fuck, she looks so much like her in that picture.
Mm-hmm. She also starts waking up, and it's, you know how it's Andy Samberg's like a fun day. He's at like a friend's wedding. Well, she's at like one of her best friend's wedding, and she wakes up, and she might have done something she shouldn't have done the night before with someone.
Slept with the groom, fiance.
Yep, the groom's fiance. Yep. Get it? Hey, you said you didn't see this movie.
I just know movies that well. That's why I do this. I can tell you what happens in all of them without seeing them.
Vimac, my dude brings up.
Your slash?
What?
Was it your slash?
That was my slash.
Yeah.
I brought it up. I was really excited to show I had some family. I was like, I got a great movie we're going to watch. It's called Edge of Tomorrow. And they're like, we saw it. And I was like, fuck, really? And they're like, yeah, you don't watch so many movies. We're like, yeah, it looks good. We liked it. And I was like, well, that's cool. But shit, I wanted to watch it with you because I love this movie based off of a Japanese manga, which is based off of a video game like Prince of Persia, where you have to reset the day all the time. They're in the middle of a sci-fi war with aliens. Tom Cruise puts on a big – if you didn't know it was a Japanese manga, you would after seeing the robo-suits they have with the giant swords. Go out and fight these octopus
What did
monsters.
you just say, Pacific Rim?
Oh, God, I hate Pacific Rim so much. Fell asleep twice watching that movie.
Steven's favorite movie. Get off of him.
Steven loves every movie.
He also hates Cheez-Its.
It's fine.
Just letting you know. It's not fine, Danny. Emily Blunt, Tom Cruise, they're fucking great in this movie. I'm going to get us back on track. I watched this movie. I don't remember what category we were doing, but I hadn't seen it movies. I watched it because of the podcast. So
I bet it was Military versus Monsters.
Maybe, because we also talked about Source Code that day, and this is a better version of Source Code. You find it, or you're following a guy trying to save people.
Yeah.
You can die and just come back and start over. This is the better Source Code by far, which sucks because I like Jake Gyllenhaal way more than fucking Tom Cruise.
I like Tom Cruise in this. I like the idea of him trying to do very mundane things, him having to do and fail all the time. Like he runs and he's in the little line and they're marching. So he gets in the line and he goes, I'm going to roll underneath this moving truck. And he rolls underneath it, but he doesn't time it well. And he goes underneath the tire and runs him over. And Bill Paxton, game over, man, plays his command leader. And
I'm
he
also
goes,
not a fan of Bill Paxton. It's got moved people that I'm not a huge fan of.
well, I mean, how about Brendan Gleeson, who's the redhead guy, who's the
Love me some Brendan.
When he walks in, he's like, I don't go to wars. I'm too professional and sophisticated and smart to go to wars. Like, just upsets the guy enough to where he ships him off.
Yeah, I do. And I love Emily Blunt, who's in Jungle Cruise, so it ties in.
Hey, perfect.
Ties in. Look at me. Fuck yeah.
Emily Blunt plays a war hero that, as it turns out, where Tom Cruise injured one of these aliens, got his blood on him, and he relives the same day because it gets absorbed in his bloodstream. This happened to her, and she was saving everybody in the war. But as it turns out, a blood transfusion happened to her one time in the battlefield. She wasn't killed. She had a blood transfusion, and that's how it left her body. So this movie is, I mean, just a sci-fi fun movie that happens to be an interesting time loop movie based off a video game.
Boom. Best time loop movie based off a video game. Can't wait till we do that category.
Woo! Next week.
Yeah. Repeat. Just rewatch this one. We'll talk about Prince Persia.
Just a whole Prince of Persia episode. We did a video game movie one recently.
We did. A few months back, right before Eames got on. He kept talking about how he was bummed about it.
Happens.
And I said, you might have just left before this.
Just go breaking our hearts.
Go breaking our hearts.
Yeah, that's my favorite, Edge of Tomorrow. I almost put that as my underrated. I
was surprised that it wasn't, but I also kind of knew that what yours would be. Because nobody's seen that movie. Nobody's seen Palm Springs, including me.
Right. I mean, and then it's if you watched a lot of these movies and you're like, I know all these, watch Palm Springs because it takes that idea and then it just changes it. Kind of like Dawnbreakers changed vampires. What if vampires ruled the world? Is that kind of idea?
Dawnbreakers sucked.
I mean,
you're comparing it to a shitty movie. Way to get me to watch.
I mean, it's a lot like Jungle Cruise.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot like Suicide Squad. We'll fill in a week, maybe.
Suicide Squad, when I last looked, was 100% on Flickster.
This is what I might want to do. A little jump in the future, a little time loop. I think that we should do next week's episode on maybe just prison superheroes. Do Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad. I don't know.
So just those two episodes?
Does it?
Those two movies?
That's all we do.
That's 4 movies we can talk about, but we'd have to see Suicide Squad first.
Yeah.
And I already have my best, my worst, my under, but we don't know maybe the new Suicide Squad's my best.
Could be.
Maybe it's my over. We're not doing this.
If it's 100%, it can't be your under.
We'll see. It could be. Maybe I think it deserves 110.
No. Can't do that.
You don't know. You don't rate. I do. Flickster hired me.
He hired me.
Yeah, I forgot Suicide Squad was coming out next week. I'm fucking pumped for that movie.
Dude, me too. I mean, I want to recommend watching Boss Level, which is also one of those high-rated things on Hulu. But if you can't watch it, out of the two, I would say watch Palm Springs. Out of the ones on Hulu, if you had to choose, if you're like Brandon, can only watch one movie this week, and you chose Jungle Cruise.
Worth it. It's a good movie. I recommend Black Widow.
Did you watch Black Widow?
I did.
What'd you think?
We should not call it's not Scarlett Johansson's movie. She's suing Disney, but come on, why? That was Florence Pugh's movie. Give her all the money.
Dude, David Harbour was on Hot Ones, and I recommend watching that free episode on YouTube more than watching Black Widow.
I like Black Widow. Taskmaster, there's things I could pick apart, but I love the characters. That's the most I think I've ever liked Black Widow. But again, I don't know if it was just because her sister was fucking awesome.
She's great. Florence Pugh's fantastic in this, but there's Scarlett Johansson's a good actress. I didn't think she was.
She's a good actress in Jojo Rabbit.
Right. She has the ability.
She can do great action moves for Black Widow, and she's perfect for it.
Yep.
But I will never say she's a great actress unless we're talking about Jojo Rabbit. It's the only time she's been great. I said it. Oh, Danny, you got guests?
Special guest star for next week's episode, or the second watching of this time loop.
Oh, that means the timeline's going to change if it doesn't pop on soon.
Bang. All I do is I hope it's Emily Blunt.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be the best. We don't deserve her. At least Andy Samberg. I think he would be great.
Hey, guys.
He can roast me. I love his fucking roasts.
That was funny.
His roasts.
Calls you a dog face.
Yeah. I didn't realize how many there were of this genre of movies.
Yep.
I will go watch Palm Springs.
Please.
Very soon. That was one I wanted to watch anyway. And I might go watch Groundhog Day again too.
Dude, watch Groundhog Day again. And again.
And again.
And again.
That was a good episode. We talked about, I think maybe did a Bill Murray episode.
Yeah.
And we talked about Groundhog's Day. And before we even started the podcast, we joked around about as soon as we're done Groundhog's Day, let's bring up Groundhog's Day. And you did. And I lost my shit.
Yeah.
I started crying because I was laughing so much. That was a good episode too. So
Punxsutawney is actually so important that they have that puddle that he steps in is actually a national landmark in Punxsutawney. So that's actually a great spot in there. But let's get into some Groundhog's Day. And actually, the puddle they step into in Punxsutawney is now a national landmark that he steps into because Bill Murray stepped. I remember doing that twice in a row, and then you laughing so hard. I was like, I told you I was going to.
Yeah, we joked about it before. But I still broke character, I guess. I laughed my ass off. That was a fun episode. If I could redo that one too, I would.
I would. You know what?
There was the Halloween episode we did where the fog machine broke, and then
oh my God,
the fire alarm went off, and then the computer went black or something.
That was so funny. I forgot the smoke alarm, and then the computer shut off.
Yeah, we have great moments. Very professional.
Well, you know what, man? If I could live any episode over, I would do this one right here because I enjoyed time loop episodes so much.
Cheers to that, buddy.
Cheers, buddy. Happy Fireball. Enjoy your staycation. And
cheers to that,
buddy. Woo! And thanks everybody for tuning in to our time loop episode of Whiskey Cinema. We'll be back next Friday with a brand new episode, or maybe we'll just do another episode of time loop because I think it's funny. So take care, guys.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
You stay fresh, cheese bags.
Get the Lambo car, house in the hills with the stars. Told you I'd raise the bar.